You do not fall on R-rated routes, and I climbed a lot of R-rated routes at that time. So the minute that I felt my body begin to fall, my heart sank because I was just like, This isn't supposed to happen." I've dealt with depression and anxiety and suicidal ideation, and all of these things have been a prevalent fixture of my certainly teenage and adult life. I had always wanted to climb, and funny enough, in the superstitions, my really dear friend Sam Foreman and I really cut our teeth in the outdoors, going out and hiking, and unknowingly actually hiking on climber trails. Years later, I realized I lived about 2 minutes from Climax Climbing Gym and started hitting up the gym, and was lucky enough to find a mentor who took me under his wing and took me outside, and the rest is history. So yeah, I mean, I was definitely feeling pretty strong at the time. I was climbing pretty hard. I was coming off my first season working in Yosemite as a backpacking guide. R-rated route basically just means that there are sections of the route that are so run out or the rock is so poor that if you take a fall, you are lucky if you don't die. So I wasn't just climbing the easier stuff R-rated. I was starting to want to get to stuff that I was actually getting tested, but also 40 feet from a piece of gear. So I had been scouring Mountain Project, and we were kind of in our infantile stages of digging into the superstitions climbing at that point. A new route was submitted on the Flatiron, which for us was like the crown jewel. Like, oh, there's a new route and it's a 510BR. It was absolutely irresistible, and like, holy shit, if I was gonna make Sam jealous, this was the absolute, like, could not get better than this. So I hit up my good buddy Dane Stedman and went out and made some plans to climb it with him. And a little stormy day, but looked like we had a good window. Pretty much the entire route of Rocky Horror, the rock for protection was typically surprisingly good. So you'd find like pretty solid cracks, but all of the face rock, so all of the actual rock that you're climbing on, was the kind of rock that you can put some elbow into it and rub your hand across the wall, and the rock just kind of all falls off the wall. Dane and I cruised it. We felt good, go up first pitch, go up second pitch, go up third pitch. We cruised it. Every single pitch felt good. While we're on the belay ledge, you know, we'd kind of dropped guard, which is a mistake, very big mistake, especially when you're climbing something that you potentially are the third person to climb since 1981. I begin climbing off the ledge. There was a piton. So these are basically used to be hammered in to a hairline crack in the wall. Didn't even bother to check it with my hammer. I could have done that. I didn't bother to do that. I just clipped my rope into the piton and started to continue to climb on. The second that I weighted my left foot after clipping the piton, immediately my foot blew. My foot fell. I almost immediately felt my labrum and my shoulder just tear. So I took my hand out of that crack and let go so I could fall. But the minute that I felt my body begin to fall, my heart sank because I was just like, this isn't supposed to happen. My mind went to the piton. And what an idiot I was that I didn't check it. I didn't put a new piton in. And as soon as my weight hit this piton, popped right out of the rock. As I'm falling, this piton's jangling everywhere and making all kinds of noise. I thought that noise that the piton was making was all of the other pieces of gear that I had placed on the wall ripping out of the wall. And the fact that I was about to fall with all of my weight in a 35-foot fall off of an anchor that in no way, shape, or form was about to hold what was going to hit it. So all I could think this whole time I was falling was that I was about to kill myself and Dane. And just what an idiot I was and how careless I was, and then I hit the end of the rope. And it was kind of like earth-shattering because it was the first, to me, the first real examination of the depth of distraction that I was kind of putting myself under, and I think a lot of people put themselves under with the things that they love. The problem is you go out and climb, and you go out and dirt bag for 4 years, and you go out and do that, and all those problems are still right where you left them. Awesome. Never a dull moment. But I ended up just below my belayer, below Dane. I ended up on my stomach facing away from him. And I will never forget hearing him behind me ask, dude, are you okay? And the way that he asked, it wasn't expecting an answer. We kind of stared at each other for a few seconds. And then I kind of come to and kind of get up and stand up on the ledge. And I'm like, dude, I think I'm fine. The piece of gear that actually ended up holding me is a 0.3 cam. It's about the size of it's the width of a peanut, basically. I couldn't believe that this piece held. And when I got back up to it, it was just beautiful. It saved my life.